But now that I've gotten it all figured out, I am here to spill the tea. Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Malifa Dlamini if you're new here, and if you're coming back, welcome and welcome, darling. If you're new here, there is absolutely nothing that will make me more happier than you subscribing to my channel, so please subscribe. Another day, another video, and this is a sit down video. And as you've already seen from the title of the video, I am going to be bringing law diaries again on my channel. I know I just keep on coming and going, a bit of inconsistencies there, but I'm gonna try and make it work. So this is basically a conversation around, not a conversation because I'm alone, but like this is a chit chat around what you could possibly do with your law degree in South Africa. So if you know me, you know me that I'm actually an LLB graduate from Northwest University, my Mafikeng campus. I also served my articles and I completed them. I wrote my board exams, passed some dribbled me. So I'm still in the process of finishing my board exams and then probably admission. But that is not the point. I think the reason I'm doing this is because I've been reflecting on the mentorship program that I have with law mentees, right? And the truth is, a lot of law students do not really know the options they actually have after completing their degree. They just hear you have to either do pupillage or you have to be a candidate attorney, and there's actually more to there's actually more to being a candidate attorney and an advocate, right? But obviously those are like the main things that you would look forward to as an LLB graduate. But for those who are still in despair, or who are considering being in the law field, or those who are still even studying law but do not feel passionate about court, do not even think that they will make the best candidates in court, this is for you. And I guess I think it's very important that I highlight that you honestly do not need to be the most confident person emhlabeni for you to actually be a good lawyer. Most good lawyers are actually the quiet ones. Like, I'm not even lying, or at least practice has shown me that. I wasn't quiet and I was pretty much a good lawyer. If you know me, you know that I have completed my articles and I shared a lot about my candidate attorney journey. I shared how it was. It was amazing. Like, if I think about it, I enjoyed being a candidate attorney in life more than anything, right? But I have currently I'm currently in another job, which I didn't really disclose. I did say that I got another job, but I didn't disclose what I actually do. And I did say I'm a paralegal, but I didn't really tell you guys what I am doing because I was also trying to figure it out. But now that I've gotten it all figured out, I am here to spill the tea. I am here to give it all to you guys. And I think it's important that I really share what I do, right? With the hope of not disclosing too much, you know, for the sake of also having some sense of privacy. Because if I tell you where my job is, I mean, like where I work, it wouldn't really be, I don't think it's like a good idea for me to actually tell you guys where I actually work, but I can tell you what I do. So what I do is I'm basically a paralegal for this other company that works. It's actually an NGO, NGO. Let me actually call it an NPO because it's a non-profit organization, but it's an NGO too, right? So I'm currently working for this NPO in Joburg. It's actually really well known, right? People who are interested in those things actually know what the NPO is about. So now this NPO is focused on, it actually deals with communities, and communities basically who are affected by mining companies. So what it basically does is that it establishes a branch, and then starts a branch with the community that has a mining around it. And then what we do is we actually check what we call the SLP. SLP is a document that the mining binds themselves with to actually serve the communities, or to rather give back to the communities, right? But now we look at those things, and then if the mine had promised in this SLP that it was maybe going to build roads, maybe it's going to supply water, it was going to build houses for people, because it's like the promises that they make to the communities, and if they do not stand by them, we hold them accountable, and we actually assist the communities in trying to, I hope I'm not getting this wrong. I know I'm not getting it wrong, but I just feel like people have a tendency of misunderstanding like the whole concept. So the whole concept is to basically have the communities have the communities stand for themselves against the mining companies, to say that, you know what, we actually have the rights to claim from you, and this is what you promised and you do not deliver. So we basically assisted the communities with the means, the resources, and in my case, legal assistance on how to go about them. We also capacitate communities around or like communities that are affected by the minings that we actually work with. We assist them in taking such actions. If push comes to shove, we would even take like further legal actions, like taking the mines to court or suing them. Like a lot of remedies are available to like those things. But now my point is, as a legal representative, or if I say I'm a lawyer and I'm with these members from this community, they might listen to them, right? Because we understand, like it's a fact that people are intimidated by lawyers. So whether it's big mining companies, or the minute you mention a lawyer, like they just tremble. Not entirely, but you get it. So yeah, so now that's what we do. And to be honest, I've been here for like 3 or 4 months. It's been a great learning. Obviously I've been learning and capacitating myself to be able to capacitate communities. I've worked with communities. I've worked with lawyers for human rights. I've worked with other stakeholders. I don't want to go into detail about that, but what I'm basically saying is that now the part of the job that I'm doing is not one of those fancy jobs where you find me in suits and heels. It's definitely not those candidate attorney vibes where I dress up for work and I look all cute and go to court and that. But the interesting part of it is that you actually get to be serving people, like physically. So we usually go to these communities. For example, I'm working for the Northern Cape, so I get to work with Kimberley, Kuruman, Bosmansberg, Appington, like all these Northern Cape branches, right? And then when I go to the communities, we hold like some sort of a meeting. After a meeting, we discuss issues that are affecting them. We draw action plans. So we capacitate them for that particular reason. For example, there's an act that's called MPRDA, right? MPRDA is the Mineral, Petroleum and Resources Development Act. And we teach people about those acts, because a lot of communities do not know anything about like acts. So I go to them and I'm saying, hey, there's an act, did you know about it? This is what the act says, and this is our position with regards to the act. We capacitate them, we hold workshops with them, we hold we do activities, we visit the mines together. Like, it's actually exciting, right? So this is obviously what I don't know about what I can possibly do. Sometimes, like I said, I have meetings with like stakeholders like Parliament, DMRE, you know, bigger people. It's a very interesting journey for people who are interested in like social movement in activism, in human rights. You know, it's a very interesting space. So I think it's something that you guys should look up to. There's a lot of moving around that happens because you need to physically be there and be talking and capacitating those communities, right? So yeah. So another option you could actually look into is really those NGOs. That's if you're not interested in the corporate space. There's a very big huge gap between being in practice, corporate, and in the NPO. So I think it's really important that you guys know about these things because I personally didn't know about it. And honestly, if I didn't get this job, I'd probably be ignorant and still not know anything. I was literally willing to pursue the masters in like this space. That's just how interesting it was when I got in, right? And unfortunately I couldn't apply on time and whatever. So nope, I'm not going back to school. And it's a sign that I shouldn't think about it, at least not yet, right? But that's just how interesting the space is, and I think that it's important that you guys look into something like this. There is information out there. I can't really say people are gatekeeping information, but there is less information purchase, right? But the information is there. If there is anything you would like to know about the space and the kind of work that I actually do at the moment, I am more than welcome to chat to you about it. You guys can ask me questions in the comment section. You can also DM me at Miss_Dlamini_Lefa. And yeah, I think it's important that I share it like this because I don't want to dwell much on being a candidate attorney because I've shared a lot about being a candidate attorney. And to be honest, besides the fact that I work from home, which I love the most about my job, if you ask me whether I prefer the practice space or the space, why am I actually asking myself such a tricky question? But let's try and look into it. I think I had an amazing time in practice. Totally loved it. It was my brand. But one thing about me, like, I don't dwell into what could have possibly happened. It's usually enjoying the season that I'm currently in because I try and embrace and bask in the season that I'm in. So I'm basically trying not to think a lot about when I was a candidate attorney and rather learn more about and enjoy the space that I'm currently in. So for myself, the person that I am, right, and having discovered or having experience of both, it's the only experience I have. This is the only experience of practice and of NPO that I know so far. I think that I did well in the practice space. I really think I did well in the practice space, and I think that God willing, I would love to go back to the practice space. However, I would like to practice in what I'm currently doing, right? So I would do this in a more professional setting, right? So I would work with like lawyers for human rights, right? And represent communities. So my only problem with this job is my inability to actually go to court. And it's not because I can't really go to court. I obviously am not an admitted attorney and I do not have the right to be in any court at the moment until I am admitted. So what I'm saying is that I love them both, right? But I would have loved to be in practice, practicing what I am doing now. In any event, my desire is to combine both and work. I would love to be in court and not necessarily be in the communities. In the field, like we call, like when going to the communities or meeting other stakeholders, we call it being in field. So instead of being on the field, I would love to be in court. So that's honestly my experience so far. And to be honest, the fact that I cannot go to court makes me feel like, do I really want to be here? But I know it's because it doesn't fulfill me in exactly the way I would love to. But I still love the fact that I get to serve people. There is absolutely nothing that gives me joy like people knowing that they can actually count on you to come up with solutions. People can count on me to assist them and represent them, and that is what keeps me going. Like, it really keeps me going in this kind of job that I'm doing. So yeah, that is basically what I think about what you can possibly do with your law degree. Check NPO. There could really be different NPOs. I know there are a lot of NPOs or NGOs that have a space or gap for paralegals. So this is my 2 cents. And I honestly think that if you're a lawyer or a student in law or even interested in law, you could actually look into an option like this. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents. I think if you guys have any more questions, you can just drop them in the comment section. And please don't forget to like this video, you guys, please. And then also don't forget to subscribe. And let's catch up on my socials, you guys. Let's do catch up. Do follow me. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say. What do you think? What is it that you do not understand? Even if you're not a lawyer but you're watching till the end, I appreciate you so much, my darling. So guys, thank you so much for watching until the end. I really appreciate you all and sending you love and light.